Good morning, students. Today we are going to start chapter number 4, that is compilers and interpreters. The first point we are going to see today is aspects of compilation. I, Professor Deepak Kosti, welcome you for this lecture. In aspects of compilation, we have two aspects. But what is meant by compilation? Now, compilation is done by the compiler. Then what is the compiler? A compiler bridges the semantic gap between a PL domain and an execution domain. So, this part of what is meant by compiler and what is meant by PL domain and execution domain is already covered in chapter number 1. So, as we know, compiler is doing a task of compilation. Now, here are two aspects of compilation. First aspect of compilation is generate code to implement meaning of a source program in the execution domain. And second aspect is provide diagnostics for violations of programming language semantics in a source program. So code generation, that is nothing but generate code to implement meaning of a source program in the execution domain. And second one is, if at all there is any error in the source program, there must be diagnostics available for finding the errors in that particular program. So now these two aspects are there. Now to accomplish these two aspects, we have to face different issues. Now to understand the issues involved in implementing these aspects, we have following four issues. First one is data type, second one data structures, third one scope rules, fourth control structures. So now let us see these issues one by one, because these issues plays important role while accomplishing any aspect. Let us start with first one, that is data types. Now you can see here, and you know that data type is nothing but giving a particular type to a variable. Now a data type is a specification of first legal values for variables of the type, and second one is legal operations on the legal values of the type. Now what is mean by legal values, or what is mean by legal operation? So you know, if the data type is given as integer, that a particular variable must hold an integer value only. So an integer variable holding an integer value is called as legal value. But if we assign character to a integer variable, then the value which is assigned to a variable is illegal. In short, that cannot be accepted by the variable whose data type is integer. So legal values must be given for every variable. Second one is legal operation on the legal values of the type. Now, whenever we are performing an addition operation, consider an example. Whenever we are considering an addition operation, the legal values are both the variables in the addition operation must have integer values. But if we give two character values for variables number 1 and number 2, then addition of these two characters is not possible. So that's why it is written as legal operations on the legal values of the type. Now what is written here in explanation? Following tasks are involved in the issue named as data type. Checking the legality of an operation for the type of its operand is important. This ensures that the variable is subjected only to legal operation of its type. Whatever is written, I just explained it. Use type conversion operation to convert value of one type into values of another type wherever necessary and permissible according to the rules of a programming language. Now here we can take another example to convert a value of one type into another type. Suppose we have an integer variable and we have two different float numbers, and we want to add that into a float number. Now integer can be added with float provided that integer is converted into float by giving 00 after that. Suppose 5 is the value and we want to add 5 in 10.10, then 5 is converted into 5.00 before adding. Next is use appropriate instruction sequences of the target machine to implement the operation of a type. Now, what is this? Now, use proper target instructions which are available. Now, if we want to do multiplication, then there are two ways to do that. First one is adding the same number 5 times. Example, 5 into 5. Add 5 times is the possible way. And another way is if the multiplication instruction is there, then directly 5 into 5 will become 25. So use appropriate instruction sequences of target machine to implement the operation of a type. Now let us see the example. Now here you can see x and y are in real, I and j are in integer. Now we have begun with the program y equal to 10 and x is equal to y plus I. So y is in real, we know what value of y is given here as 10. I is integer which is added. Now here whenever x is equal to y plus I is done, see this 10 is converted into 10.00 and whatever i's value is given, that will be converted into value.00. So in this way data types must be taken care while doing any operation. The next is data structures. Now a programming language permits use of data structures, you know, array, stack, records, list, etc. To compile a reference to an element, a data structure, the compiler must develop a memory mapping to access the memory allocated to the element. A record which is heterogeneous data structure leads to complex memory mappings. And a user-defined data type requires mapping of different types. Now you will feel this theoretical part very complicated, but don't worry. Already you know everything. Let us see the example, then you understand what I'm telling. Now see here. Employee is containing a record. A record is containing name, which is array of characters. Sex, only single character, male, female. ID is an integer. So a record contains these three fields. This is employee record is finished. Now one more type is weekday. Weekday is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. These are the 5 days available in weekday. Now information is array of 1 to 500 employees. So now every employee containing name, sex and ID, and we have array of employees that is 1 to 5,000. Now today is a weekday, so today is nothing but any day you can consider. I comma j is integer. Now whenever a main program will begin, today is Monday. Now info of I means ith employee, that is the employee number, and dot id is nothing but the record of a particular employee is equal to j. So j contains information about a particular employee, and if today is equal to true, then whatever operation display the information of employee and whatever is required, that will be done. Now here you can see array of 1 to 10 characters is required for name. The name, sex and ID is available in record. Again, record is of one employee. Now, this record of one employee is nothing but a single record in the array of employee, because we have 1 to 500 employees. So this mapping info of I.id is equal to j needs complex mapping. I hope you understood and you have already done this in the structure in C language. So this is how a data structure is mapped with the values. Let us go to the next, scope rules. Now what is scope? The scope of a program entity is that part of a program where the entity is accessible. Now here you can see A is a part where X and Y are defined as real. In B, Y and Z are defined as integer. Now you can see here x is equal to y. Now x type is real throughout the program because x is not defined in B. But y is defined real in A, but here y is redefined in B as integer. So y is integer in the block B. The scope of y as an integer is available in B. That's why whenever x is equal to y, this y which is allocated to x is of type integer, which is given by the block B. So this is all about scope rules. Next is control structure. Now, control structure of a language is a collection of language features for altering the flow of control during the execution of a program. Now, you know for, you know if else, you know do while, you know while. So this is the control structure which is required to alter the flow of control. Now, whenever a conditional transfer is done, then a proper care must be taken. You can see the example here. For I equal to 0 to 100, do what is to be done. Label 1 is nothing but if I equal to 10, then do something. Now tell me, if we are starting I with 1, how come I will become 10 to execute this particular program? That's why it is written here in above program. Control transfer to the statement bearing label lab1 from outside the loop is forbidden. So this type of code will never get executed. This type of label will never get executed because the value of I is always 1 into that particular case. So all these four issues must be taken care while compiling aspects of compilation. Thus, we have seen two aspects of compilation and four issues involved in implementing these aspects. Slide credit goes to Professor D.M. Damdere, System Programming and Operating System book author. Happy learning. Do subscribe the channel to get notifications of new videos.